Okay, what I'm going to do here is I've got this West Coast Cat 2020 series for Patrick and Harold Kotz, part 76. I'm still working on that one. Try to run through a few of these with this other shitty camera that I have, and just play some music. I have a blue filter on for right now, and I may not even go in and out on stuff. We'll just see what happens. And really, more or less, trying to fix the other fucking camera because I don't like using this camera to do video. I don't mind doing first video, but not when I'm going over videos like this. It's too many digital pixery shit going on in it. But anyways, let's do this. There you go. You might be able to see the guy with the cigarette a little more clear too this time around and stuff like that. I'll try a few different filters and fuck around a little. Yeah, this camera sucks compared to the other one. The other one's way better. Well, when it was working, it was better. And this is all imagery in here too, so I'm just not bringing you in on it right now. I will another time. I gotta fix the other camera. Every time this moon comes through, I've turned it a tiny little bit. You know, I've taken a little, I say 2 degrees, but it really is not. It's probably like 10 or 15 degree turns to get to your 359.999. So I'll just point out, Patrick, that what I'm calling the wizard right here, right? The eye, the nose, and the mouth. If you look closely at this line right here, this mouth, that's the canine. That's your canine mouth. See the little thing right here? It goes up. It actually goes this way to the nose here and these eyes here, because at a different angle, your canine shows up a lot better than you even seen it. I'll be able to show it to you later. But you'll start memorizing. You'll start memorizing the imagery and where it's at, and this way, when you see it at another angle, you'll know. Oh, I remember these parts were also used, because it's used also for the other mouth going this way. So eye, nose, mouth right here going that way. But yours, I should grab a. When I come back, I'll bring some cropping paper with me, and we'll crop some of them. I'm so sick of this soundtrack of mine, man. It's been, how many series did I do with this soundtrack already? Fuck. Okay, now that we're starting to get to this angle, you're going to notice that same pimple area works with these two eyes. Well, it works with a lot of different eyes, but in particular, this one here and this one here, these dark, again, looks like glasses, because you can even see the runoff of it going this way and this way, right? That's going to be a full face right here. The nose is right here, full face, full head and everything. And there are a lot of these at different distances right here, all part of the same imagery. There are many of them. I'll just have to show you as we go. Because, you know, then you got this one coming in right here, which is eye, nose, and mouth of this large one here. Has a big hairdo going all the way around, everything like that. Different angles, you're going to pull in certain imagery more clearly. And then also, don't forget, anybody that's watching these, Patrick, pause it like I just did right there, and give the camera, because even the camera that we're viewing it on will take a minute to settle. And then if you can add yourself any contrast, I've got the brightness. Look how dirty that one is. Holy shit. So if you got good filters that aren't all full of scratches and shit. Hold on a minute. Holy shit. I haven't used the yellow one in a few days. That's probably why. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So even a yellow filter does help with adding the contrast. Let me press play so I don't hold up the video again. Yeah, so if you pause it and then you use your camera as a viewing device, look around, you pause it, let your eyes wander around. Your eyes will eventually start cropping for you. You'll start gaining the ability more and more of separating imagery and breaking down the collages. It seems to me that the only key to being able to see it is not being afraid to see it. That's why tricking people works, because if they don't know that they're about to see it, then they'll go ahead and see it. But if you tell them ahead of time what they're looking for and what they're gonna see, and what seeing it actually means, then forget it. They'll lock up. All right, I'm gonna go forward. Okay, there's some here. These are some that are coming in right now. I know this whole area very well, but there's at this particular angle. Let me wait for it to come in a little further. You bastard. What the hell did I do? Let's see. I guess I wasn't happy with the way it was running through. Just waiting for it. Okay, I passed it. Passed it now. Should I fuck around? No, I'm just gonna let it keep running. Because at this angle right here, this turns into a whole head and a snout and a body of it's a canine, I guess. I tried getting it to go horse a few times because the moon, just like everything else, feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. I can pause right here and try to bring you in on some of these other larger ones that are coming through now. So you'll start seeing the eyes in a different place, and there's large ones, but you're gonna have to do is pull back in order to get a grasp on them, and then go in on the ones that are in deeper, you know. And then angling your camera, of course, makes a difference. Like there, you could probably get you in on the rest of that one's face. That I was telling you about, the one that I said wearing glasses. And there's a lot of images that I'm not pointing at now, really, because they're not going to be clear enough right now. So there's no sense. Like, I know what all these turn into in every different direction. But if I can't get a nice, clear lock on them, then I don't go for them. Like right here, you can start to see the makeup of that horse face that I was telling you. It could be a horse, but it's more likely a canine. But I'm going to have to start cropping with a black piece of paper in order to start showing you all this. I can't do it just by pointing at stuff like this because it's going to confuse everybody too much. But anyway, since I'm down here already, so like I said, eye, nose, and see the mouth coming through right here? See that really big face? He's got a hairdo going on and shit. So there's a lot of stuff like that going on. Might be able to get them better with the other filter. Try a red filter. Yeah. See him? Hopefully, if I crop him, maybe. It's got to be cropped the opposite direction. Okay, so here's another angle, and I just changed that one up now using that mouth. using that same mouth. Let's see. Okay, so using this mouth down here that you guys could probably barely see, the nose is here. You got an eye, and a hairdo on that one as well. That'll start blowing through. It'll come up a little bit. Then here you go, eye, nose, and mouth down, way down. But then there's going to be another one. Yeah, I guess there he is in full. Eye, nose, mouth. Try to bring it out a little bit. I gotta get the other phone working too. This fucking phone sucks. And I've got my brightness turned up right now. I could probably make a difference if I turn it back down to 50-50. I just figured I'd be using the filters, so I wasn't worried about it. Okay. Fucking thing. Okay, press and play. I'll show you something else pretty funny too that I don't ever talk about anymore because no people just are not ready for it yet. See all these bright spots right here? See how these they look brighter than the rest? It's the areas that the light is coming through. It appears to you, right? And there's lots of them. There are millions of them on the moon, right? There's as we're looking around, just keep an eye on them. When you print the moon up on clear plastic, you can shine a light through and get the constellations out of the light. It's so cool to fucking see. It's not easy. You have to have a very dim light because if you use too bright of a light, then the light goes through even these dark areas. But if you use the right light, dim light, doesn't matter, LED. Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't done it enough times to say, but just a very dim light, nothing strong. And then you go in a dark black room and you put it out there, and you're gonna find the constellations. They shine right through the moon. It's more evidence that I will use in the future, or if anybody else comes along, they can do this as well. Um, it's more evidence that we're talking about a complete connection here from the stars, the sun, and the moon to the earth. And it's also the connection that I'm talking about as the moon's going around. And I also found some more evidence of that as well that I should be able to get across to people. So over the next month or so, while I'm working on this series, I'm gonna do so. But I just thought I'd mention that because in the beginning of the series, I did show people how to print the moon up on plastic. And then once you have it on plastic, you can do a lot of fun things. Besides just the imagery, you can also get the constellations out of it. Pretty cool. So also this whole area right here, as it's coming around, I'll be able to bring you into it later. Again, as it's coming around, but this is also a full figure of a female. It's a feminine figure. Her arm is reaching back this way, holding her tail in one position. She looks like, appears to be a skirt in one position and pants in another position. She goes from little titties to larger titties. She got these little cone titties at one turn and one angle, I should say. She stays thin waist all the way through and everything. This is her waist right here, is this whiter area right here. Thousands of images within this image that I'm going to be bringing you in on over the next couple months or whatever. Her face goes from all different kinds of beastly looking stuff to scary looking stuff to nice stuff. Her hair goes from flowing back this way. That's all turns into her hair, all being flowing. Like I said, her face turns into a lot of different things as well. Most people catch the shadow imagery of this, which is just the nose right here blowing off in that direction, blowing something out of its mouth or its nose in that direction. That's just a shadow image. That's nothing compared to all the other images that are tied into here. And this is, if I'm right about the map, if I'm right about this moon map model, this is from Canada, the States to Brazil. Right here is what we're looking at in here. If I end up being right, and this is actually the North Pole, and then it goes like this, and that's where we are, and that's the other side that we never get to. Okay, there's another one back here that I'll try to bring you this much of them for now anyway. One eye is here, the other eye is here, the nose is right here, his mouth is open, and he's got beard and shit coming around this way. You can see the side of his face over here better. And then coming through him, you have the eye, the nose, and the mouth of this other one here who shares some of that beard look, the hair, facial hair, with this one. Then you got, so yeah, I had it right the first time. So this one down here, eye, nose, and mouth, beard around here, side of the face this way. Then the other one is up a little higher. That the other two eyes with the nose and shares the mouth. A lot of the images do that. Then there's another one here, eye, nose, and mouth. The eyes are just deeper back, but it's more of a fatter, rounder face in that one. And a whole bunch of shit going on. But then, of course, the wizard over here still, in different angles. And then you got another one, eye. This here, these are all images. I'm familiar with all of these images. When we go in to the next layer, what I call layers, we go into that next one, I'll be able to bring you into some of those. I'll have time to bring you into a lot of them. Like, for example, some of these that I'm not bringing you in on now. Okay, this is that beast that I like talking about all the time. The eye, the tongue sticking out here. He's canine, and that one there. But if I come over here this way, I could try to get you this image here, which I have a name for that one too, but I don't try not to use it too much. I don't like naming things. I just like to say the image. I don't like using my programming to like say what it looks like in from my program memory. But there you go. Okay. Okay, you can see the other one that I was showing you before, what it's now got out of it now. Eye, nose, and mouth down here. You know, you got the hairdo, the ear over there, all that shit. Right, hairdo. I'll try to crop and get them over there for you. Because that's the same area. That's the same area, Patrick's area. Right there and right there, just, you know, at a different angle. Alright, I'll be back.